But yeah, here we are. Welcome. We bring the metal news, live experience, festival, and much more into your living room. Subscribe, like to get notified when we bring them. And here we are at Desertfest, here in the back room, as it's raining with Thronehammer, sorry. I saw thunder. Welcome, Kat. So before we dive into, the band and you, let's talk about Thronehammer towards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had the Thronehammer song as well.
Yes.
So was the Thronehammer made on purpose, the name? What came first, the empowerment?
The name Thronehammer, just epic.
Mm-hmm.
And Doomy, of course. Came up with the name.
Yeah.
But I wrote the lyrics to the song Thronehammer. Mm-hmm. So I was sat in my living room trying to write the most epic lyrics that would fit the song Thronehammer.
Uh-huh.
So just trying to think of a chorus that would that was like metal sounding. That was really, in your face. That would kind of I never thought that when Stuart gave me the name for the song Thronehammer, I was like, well, I have to make this epic. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, lots of fantastical stuff about, tribal warfare, ancient warfare, battles between warring tribes, that kind of thing, where the song is basically like a battle cry, like a rallying cry. I am.
Yeah, Thronehammer.
Yeah, I am the person that you can't defeat. I am the one that's gonna defeat you. So it's turned into like a battle hymn, to quote Manowar. But
nice touch.
But it's our battle hymn. It's our Iron Maiden, and now I can't imagine not playing this song live, because it's the perfect way to end the set.
Yeah, I agree. Like you saw, check it out at the live conference. But you saw it today.
It's a great crowd participation song. A lot of people are getting to know it. A lot of people enjoy shouting along to it, singing along to it. It's a really high way to finish a set.
You saw everyone engaged in singing this program.
Yeah, tonight at Desertfest Berlin was amazing. Just to hear and see how many people were shouting along and raising the fists and throwing the devil horns and stuff like that. But it was Stuart that came up with the original name Thronehammer, and I asked him a few years ago what was behind the concept, and he just wanted something like bombastic, epic, just something that was would be
memorable.
Yeah, and also very in your face.
Yeah,
memorable, and just the main word he said was epic.
Amazing. So we got the name Thronehammer, right? And you're Kat.
Yes, Kat.
And you're UK. So can you introduce yourself maybe to the channel?
Yeah. Do I look over there?
Well, there is the viewers.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been looking over that way.
Well, you're looking at your bandmates at the corner.
I should have gone to Specsavers. Oh, actually I did, but maybe I need some new glasses. But okay. So, what was the question again?
Yourself, of course. Who are you?
My name's Kat. I do vocals.
And you scream, right? You make people run away.
Sometimes, yes.
I found you scary, but as well amazing, but like not for everyone.
No, it's an acquired taste.
For the finest.
Yes.
So let us know if you're one of the finest.
I am also an acquired taste.
Nice. So you're a cat. So I'm wondering then, it's Epic Doom, correct? Your music?
Yeah, well, it's there's a lot of epic doom metal influence, but the first album was more pure epic doom mixed with some sludge doom. But the last two albums are a mix of, there's a big epic doom metal influence, but there's also traditional heavy metal, Slayer, Catatonia, Paradise Lost, Celtic Frost, some post metal, some post rock influence.
Quite a bunch.
It's an eclectic mix, yeah. We're not just a straight ahead doom metal band anymore. Our initial sound is rooted in doom and epic doom specifically. But on the last two albums, like we have also Bathory is a huge influence, like Viking era Bathory, like Hammerheart, Twilight of the Gods. That era of Bathory is a huge influence, and that's been like that since the first album. Some doom death like Winter, 90s Paradise Lost,
Manowar,
90s Catatonia. Yes, some Manowar is also.
I mean, it's
yeah.
Big fan of Manowar, so
Yeah.
I can definitely agree and find common ground here.
Yeah. Strong winds, magic mist. Yeah.
So we got this right, and how do you think this very music has found footprint on, to the German scene, but as well the UK scene, as you're UK?
Well, Thronehammer definitely has more of a presence, more of a fan base in Germany, because that's where we played live the most over the last 5 years. And
is there a big crowd for this type of music here in Germany?
Yeah, awesome crowd. Yeah, we played in Stuttgart last year at the Schwarztequila, and
how many people?
And it was sold out. That was like
150. It's a small club.
It was like the best part of.
But it was really stuffed.
It was like a couple of hundred people, so at least.
Yeah.
Something like that. It depends. It differs from city to city. And it depends what time of year you play. It depends how often, when you last played somewhere. If you play somewhere too close to the last time you played there, you might not get as good a crowd. It depends, but the general crowds are great. Even if we're headlining the show, and we still play pretty small clubs when we're headlining shows. But we always get a healthy turnout.
And what do you think it's important to headline your own show instead of going for a bigger event?
Yeah, that's something we've done from the get-go. Our first ever tour was in May 2019 when our first album was released. Supporting Lord Vicar, a band from, again, they're a multicultural band. There's members from Finland, Sweden, England. But our second ever tour, we decided to mostly headline it. And it was hit and miss, We did one show where there was like 40 people in Fürth. And then...
what learning did you take then?
Just keep banging away. Just keep
Thronehammering.
Keep Thronehammering. And then when we... obviously there was the 2 years with the pandemic, so we didn't play any live shows. And then when we started playing live again in 2022, especially on the second tour we did that year in September, October that year, I think it was. When we were playing places like Leipzig and Hamburg and Berlin, the shows were really packed out. So we were noticing a difference. We were noticing that there was more people taking an interest in what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely. There was a big crowd. It was like, whoa, you guys are like a bigger band. I had the feeling, at least.
Where was that?
Today, I mean.
Yeah, today, we're not used to playing so much in front of such big crowd. I mean, I don't know how many people were watching us tonight, but it was. I think the room was pretty packed out. And that's always awesome. I'm like, we're still kind of just getting used to playing bigger festivals. We haven't really played that many big festivals. We've played Hammer of Doom Festival a couple of times. That's maybe like 1,000 people. Last year we played Stone from the Underground, which was a bigger thing, and then we played Up in Smoke Festival in Basel in Switzerland, and Keep It Low Festival in Munich, and again, that was exposing us to bigger crowds. And then, but then this year,
Desertfest.
Yeah, but then last week we played Rock Hard Festival, which was the biggest thing we'd done up until that point in Gelsenkirchen, which Rock Hard magazine runs. And and tonight as well. I mean, this is a huge thing. I mean, we played the smaller room, but the bigger room looks like it can hold a few thousand, probably. I wouldn't like to hazard a guess of how many people come here, but
for those who know, let us know.
But it's definitely a lot. But great festival, great organisation, and a great mix of bands. It's like there's so many different kinds of bands playing, you know.
We were a little disappointed in the lack of desserts.
Oh yeah.
Dessert festival?
Yeah, my bandmates thought we were playing Desertfest, where we're going to get like free cream cakes and stuff.
And anything else apart from the food? Anything else to share with the Desertfest? Is it one to check out? How did you find the crowd?
The crowd were amazing, really responsive.
And the fest itself?
Awesome. Can't fault the organisation. I mean,
the only thing that are missing are deserts. Otherwise, it would be a 10+, right?
It'd be better with cream cake.
It was a little bit of false advertising.
Yeah, I would like some chocolate eclairs on the rider.
So for Desertfest, get some chocolate cream from Thronehammer. They're set about chocolate cream.
Desertfest. But no, in all seriousness, well, there's no deserts in Berlin.
There's no desert here anywhere. No dessert, no desert.
Yeah.
It's false advertisement.
But no, like in all seriousness, excuse our bad English and German humour, but the crowd were amazing. I mean, so responsive. You know, like from the first note, people were getting really into it, like, you know, getting heavily into it, and I was looking back. You know, I always like to look at the crowd when I'm singing and just seeing how. Analysing people and analysing people's reactions and just seeing what people are doing in the crowd. Even though
they were interactive, actually.
Yeah, and I could see it. It wasn't just the first few rows. You know, like sometimes at a gig you might have the first few rows going nuts, and then as the further back you go, the crowd get more like laid back and kind of like arms crossed and kind of like just being all cool and, you know, just like kind of impress me. You know, kind of.
But they were impressed already.
But all the way back to the Soundfest, I was seeing like people getting into it, headbanging, raising the fists, raising the arms, just, you know, really, really responsive, and that's what it's all about. Plus, also, I mean, the beauty of playing festivals like Desertfest is you get exposed to a lot of people that wouldn't usually come and see you. Possibly, there's already obviously some people in the crowd that are familiar with what we do and familiar with our music and albums, but on the flip side,
I wasn't familiar with Thronehammer.
Okay,
there you go.
Yeah, exactly, and also there's a lot of people in the crowd that they might have heard their name and they might be curious to check it out, or they might have just stumbled in a bit pissed and there's a band playing, and then if they stay and watch a few songs and get into it, then job done. You know?
Definitely.
You know, if you make a few new converts, a few new fans at every show or every festival that you play like this, if there's a few people that have never heard you before that like that enjoy what you do and like what you do, then job done. You know.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, you can't expect everyone to like what you do. And at festivals like this, in the other festivals, there's always going to be people that don't totally get what you do and be like, oh, you know, like, oh yeah, it's like not my kind of thing. But you can't please everyone. So, if a few people tonight saw us for the first ever time and enjoyed it, then that's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. And we talked a bit about serious stuff. Let's do something random. Were you a good pupil or a naughty one?
A what?
A good pupil or a naughty one?
In school.
At school?
Ah.
Pupil or a naughty one?
I was a mixture of both, actually. Because I was at one point I was helping out in the school library.
Nice.
But-
a librarian.
But then I found Slayer, and it went horribly wrong after that. And then
What did you do? You painted everything in pentagrams?
I went to a Catholic school, and yeah, we used to, so I used to kind of go out my way to, because we had a priest and a nun at the school. So on the days where we didn't have to wear uniforms, I used to wear like dark throne shirts and stuff. And I was walking down the school corridor one day back in the early 1990s, in 1992, and wearing a dark throne Soulside Journey shirt. And the nun freaked out, and she reported me to the headmaster for blasphemy.
Yeah, you were naughty then. Let's go back. So
Yeah. So I was pretty more naughty than nice. Once I was dragged into the into the world of heavy metal and death metal and black metal and thrash metal and all kinds of bestial metal. Yeah, that's when things at school went downhill.
oops.
Yeah, and then I got involved in a death metal band, started tape trading, and that took over my life, and I got kicked out of school. Don't do that at home, kids.
I just wanted to encourage, but you're like, don't do that. Don't be metal.
No, get a job first.
And then be metal and now be... Great, we established that, and then let's establish the band. It took 7 years for Stuart to release an album.
Yeah.
And now you're on a run with the third album, Kingslayer. So is it you and Uwe's contribution to this?
And Marcus is like I said before, Stuart formed the band in 2012. They did one demo, Black Mountain Dominion. Members came and went. He couldn't find a solid lineup. And then the first person I must mention that was a catalyst for Thronehammer really getting off the ground.
Not the one that kicked you out of school.
No. Was Tim, our ex-guitarist.
Oh.
Tim Hammerschmidt. And he joined the band before me. Maybe by about 6 months. And then the ex-vocalist, Steve Albino, couldn't commit, so Torsten asked me to join. Stuart asked me to join.
There is Stuart.
We're talking about you.
Yes.
Only bad things.
So the old vocalist Steve couldn't commit, so Stuart asked me if I would I be interested. So
there you go. That's history.
He sent me some music. I loved what I heard. I was in the studio a month later, recording the first track, which was a split with a New Zealand doom band called Lord of Solitude. So initially it was me, Stuart, and Tim who recorded the first album. But on the first tour, Uwe and Marcus joined, but not in their current roles. Uwe joined on live guitar for the first tour, and Marcus was playing bass on the first tour. But Marcus is the drummer primarily. He's played drums in Tim's other bands, Naked Star and Seamount, doom metal bands.
Check them out.
Yes, and also Uwe is from a band called Absent Minded, a sludge steam band from Bamberg.
Lots of bands. It's
yes.
super nice how it gets going.
Yeah, and then we did the first tour with everyone in those roles, and then the second tour, Tim went onto guitar, onto lead guitar, and Marcus went on drums, Uwe went on bass, and that's how it's been for a while. And then Tobias, our current guitarist, our official lead guitarist, he was playing bass on one tour for us when Uwe couldn't make a tour, and then Tim left. Tim took a step back from playing live, so Tobias, he's from Nuremberg. He plays in a band called he's from the Bavarian hillbilly lands, in the Franconian.
I think everyone is watching should have made notes or need to rewatch them.
But like Tobias is in a band called Count Grooveler, and he plays in some other bands like
Stillborn
Soiled, like a death metal type band. And he's played in various like grind and death bands and stuff. But he's been playing live with us since Stone from the Underground Festival last year, and then Tim earlier on this year decided to lead the band, and Tim was the lead lead guitarist on the first 3 albums. So first 2 albums, because he played drums. Kind of confusing, because like Tim played drums and bass on the first albums.
Oh yeah.
But on the last 2 albums, Tim played the more lead guitar stuff. A
lot of changes then, but you still keep going, being Thronehammer.
Yeah, I mean, like the core of the band that's from the past 5 years is here still. Tobias is the only difference, but he fits in perfectly, both as a musician and also as a person. You know, as you've seen, we have a bit of a
banter, craic.
A weird sense of humour. Yes.
Yes.
So, between my English sense of humour and their
German,
Franconian, Bavarian humour, yes, and also Uwe is East German GDR humour. So
nice mixture. So let's go to the style of Thronehammer. It's very slashy. It's like someone draw, you know. So is there any specific about visual style of Thronehammer? And I saw that one album was more reddish. Now it's more blackish.
But like the first album, you said with the open front had more of a cold kind of
vibe.
Yeah, with the artwork and some of the lyrics, like behind the wall of frost, and that concept was very just like very frosty and cold. And then the second album was more aggressive, more songs about blood and more, more.
So that's what time to the album.
So so the second album had a red-black visual concept, because the lyrics were generally more. The lyrics on the first album were dark, but the lyrics on the second album were even more of a darker twist.
Yeah.
With the title track especially, it was very occult themed, and I based a lot of those lyrics on my personal interest in like Luciferian Satanism.
There you go.
So yeah, the song itself was like a serpent king, pretty much kind of involved in clandestine rituals and magic and.
Interesting one to take this.
Yeah, so it was appropriate that that album cover was more esoteric looking, more dark and more mysterious, more evil.
Yeah, it would definitely make sense.
Yeah, and then on the last album, again it took another twist. Like there's a lot of the theme of warfare and battles is a continuous running thing.
Right.
Yeah, and there's a lot of very grim lyrics on the new album. There's also lyrics taken from interested, you know, in ancient
Mm-hmm.
folklore, ancient history. Again, Battery biking era is a big lyrical inspiration in some parts. And that album cover is just grim. It's just like a grim.
Yeah, that black.
Yeah, it's just.
So yeah, we basically started out happy and ended up to that. And
we've never been a happy band, no.
only the one that you're happiest jokes, the
Yes.
private of time.
Yes.
And I think it nicely sums up your that but happy guys that bring this kind of music out.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we're morbidly happy individuals.
Amazing. And with this, we are ending the interview. It's a beautiful sentence. So thank you so much, Kat, for playing the film.
Thank you for the interview, and thank you
No
for
worries.
the interest, and thank you for the patience.
No worries. And for the viewers, subscribe and like and follow Thronehammer and support them as they are.
Buy our albums.
Bye. Now, see you. Bye.
Buy all three of them.